Hello class. Today our topic of discussion is ancient Babylonian civilization. Class, we are not going to give you any kind of notes. We are going to give you smart study about this topic. So you will get clear this concept and you will make your own notes. So just hold your pen and take your notebooks while listening this lecture. Ancient Babylonian civilization. First, there comes a question in mind: what is Babylonian civilization? Because we don't have studied any kind of civilization. We have studied Greek civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization, even, but we don't have any idea about this Babylonian civilization. So let me clear you that this civilization is 4,000 years before discovered Mesopotamia civilization. Mesopotamia means this civilization was near to Euphrates river, because Mesopotamia means the civilization that is near the river. So this Babylonian civilization is near to Euphrates river and now placed in Iraq, in the city of Iraq. But Babylonian civilization is not considered today in the modern world, because it was a wicked city and it was totally destroyed. So we are going to discuss it in details. What is Babylonian civilization further? So students, Babylonian civilization was the first Mesopotamia civilization that was near Euphrates river. This concept is clear. Now a Babylonian civilization was discovered 4,000 years before. It was 4,000 years old civilization. The word Babylonia is a collection of two words that mean gate of God. And Hammurabi was the king of Babylonian civilization. That was very justifiable person that has conducted different code of courts. In Babylonian civilization, there are 234 different code of codes, and they are called Hammurabi codes. These laws are called Hammurabi codes. Like I am giving you example that in our court, Supreme Court and High Court, there are different rules, there are different laws, code of conduct that are based on the punishment of a prison, that decide the punishment of that person that do some crime. So as like this, Hammurabi made some code of conduct, some different laws in Babylonian civilization. The total amount of these codes were 234. Now I'm going to tell you the silent feature of Babylonian civilization. How Babylonian civilization categorized from the other civilization, because we have studied Greek civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization. So why we are discussing this Babylonian civilization? What is the speciality to discuss this civilization? So I am going to tell you that the first speciality is Tower of Babylon. First speciality is Tower of Babylon. That is basically, I just told you before this that Babylon is a wicked city. It means city of crimes, city of every kind of evil deed. This city has a poor history about this nature, but this city was very beautiful. So Tower of Babylon, in Tower of Babylon we studied that many of the people try to build a high tower to reach the heaven. They want to reach the heaven, but when the God knows this, so the God destroy the tower and divide people into many languages, so they can't even understand themselves. Whenever someone do evil deeds, so there may be an opposite, like a Newton third law of motion. If you are do some good thing, then good things come to you. But if you do some evil deeds, then you will destroy it. Destruction way of thinking. Next feature of Babylonian civilization is Ishtar Gate. Basically, I told you that Babylonian civilization was marked in Iraq before this. So, Ishtar Gate was the inner gate of Babylonian civilization. It is the gate that is to enter that city, wicked city of Babylonia. So, the speciality of this gate is that it is so prestigious. It was so beautiful. It was made with bright blue glazed bricks, and it was adorned with pictures, bulls, dragons, lions. Why it was made with bulls, dragons, bears, lions? Because that civilization believed on polysynthetic nature. They worship these all symbols. They worship these all things. And then Ishtar Gate got a name called Passional Way, which means a very huge in history. Now the third feature of Babylonian civilization is social classes. In Hammurabi region, like when Hammurabi was the king of Babylonian civilization, so in the region of Hammurabi there was different social classes. Let me explain you. The first category was Amilu. The first category was Amilu. It was a group of elite people that has full civil rights. In this group, kings and his officials belong to Amilu group. That was the group of richest people. The next group was Maskino. That was the group of poor people. They were the free men. They didn't have enough rights, but they pay less tax, and even they don't permit to stay in that city. They were based on the separate section of city. They were living in that separate section in which no could see them, no one could see them, no one could help them. The third party was Ardu. It was the group of slaves. In that time, the slaves were sale and buyed. Master pay for his upkeep. The master were responsible to give him food and money, to give him place for protection. Instead of all this, he just took so many of his work from the slave. Even slave has the right to get freedom, but after paying a lot of money. So slave can't pay a lot of money, and they don't get freedom. The next is walls of Babylon. The Hammurabi first encircled city of walls. Why? Their city was 40 feet tall. Walls consist of Babylonian was so thick enough that a race could happen here. So you can imagine that 40 feet tall and so thick that a race could happen at there. Then the next was religion. Their religion was polytheistic. Polytheistic means to worship so many of things like good luck, bad luck, and worship decorated items, worship of that things that are favorable to you, that things worrying to you. So this is the religion of Babylonian civilization. That's why it is called wicked city, city of evil deeds. Hanging garden. It doesn't mean not robotic translation that the gardens are hanging at the side. No, not at all. It means the garden that are built in, that are discovered, that are arranged in Babylonian civilization. Basically, this hanging garden built for the queen, the wife of king. King and his wife enjoy their lovely private time. 400 feet long and 80 feet high garden that was built for the enjoyment of king's family, only elite group. Their houses were so big, but they are not enjoyable to. They have a big house. They have big house to enjoy, but they are not enjoyable to them because they are elite group and they are not satisfied for this which they have. So they build so many of hanging garden for their enjoyment. So a lot of economic part of that. The seventh feature of Babylonian civilization was first ever positional number system. There were Sumerians and numeral system was built in that civilization, in that Mesopotamian civilization, because the people use different things to measure the time of the day, but due to their difficulties and energies, motivation, progress, we are today able to see time in hours and minutes. That was the achievement of mathematics in that Babylonian civilization. Eighth feature for Babylonian civilization is rights for women. At that time, the women were fully illiterate. They don't have any kind of right. They are married on the basis of a contract that was arranged by their family. She came with a dowry to their in-laws. Divorce was up to the husband. It was dependent on the need and desire of the husband. Even a husband could give divorce without any reason. After divorce, the husband has to restore the dowry and provide her with an income. If she proved a bad wife, then she will send away and made slaves. Otherwise, she will punished and drawn to that river. The husband's crudely behavior was neglected at that time. Only the behavior of that female was considered an importance. Even if the woman was right, but their rights were neglected. But Hammurabi made right for the woman. Arts and architectures. There had a lot of work made with mud. At that time, mud has so many importance. So there are many buildings, many things were made of mud bricks. But sometimes they use gold or tiles to build their empires, to build their building. So I hope you enjoyed this lecture and your concept will clear. And I really appreciate you that you will make notes on this topic after listening this lecture. Please subscribe our channel for more knowledge videos so you will able to be smart as you.